As legend would have it, a man by the name of Tony Northhammer walked up into a mountain. He had a vision of a tiny little Micro Four Thirds elf dying on the side of the road, and he came back to the village and warned us that Micro Four Thirds was dying, but kind of never really happened, or did it?
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
We're on the Nikon ZR, of course, in its lowest, most humble format, 8-bit technology, rich tone portrait, of course, straight out of camera. You're humble now. So I got a question the other day. Tony Northrup, it's Northhammer, predicted the end of Micro Four Thirds 5 years ago. An OM system appears to just be going through the motions. Panasonic launched a GH7 last year. Nothing in Micro Four Thirds this year. Are they still trying to stay in that game with a new product next year? By the way, I shoot Canon, so this is a purely academic question. Today we dive into Micro Four Thirds future and what I think happened. So honestly, if you're looking at the scene, they're not dead. It never happened. They didn't die. You could totally say GH7 class leading in every way. Like, I could make the argument right now, I buy that thing with the Leica 100 to 400. I'm out there getting ARRI log. I buy the ARRI film pack thing, the ARRI log LUT in the pan. All these extra costs go in, and then boom, I have ARRI colors, Panasonic Stabe, decent autofocus, hefty chunk of a thing, but for wildlife, that's not bad. Good balance there. You're getting like nice stuff. A lot of video features in that thing. Just fun tool. Like, none of my cameras do that black and white mode where everything's black and white, but I only see the peaking. Monochrome live view. Fantastic. A Panasonic only feature. And Canon C70 had it. You could punch into that mode. Glorious. So like that thing, manual focus, could you beat it? Could I do this show right now? Little Leica 25mm 1.4? Dare you dream it? So like Micro Four Thirds, are they dead? Are they coming out with a lot? Not overly. Here's where people get the prediction wrong of Tony Northrup. He said Micro Four Thirds was gonna slowly phase out. They're gonna like focus more on full frame, and we're gonna get less and less until they die. I think that might happen, but it's gonna be like a 20-year plan. So like everyone was thinking, like you say something like that, oh, 2 years, what, they're still alive here, bro. Well, tell that to my OM1. Your OM1 needs to be told to wipe its ass. You know me. I try every system, and I look to see, is that my home? Like what advantages do you have, Fuji, versus my Micro Four Thirds? And I notice a lot of things. There's a lot of takeaways, and sometimes I like the lightest gear possible. So that's why I got this ZR. With the 26mm, you're lighter than the GH7 with a 9mm 1.7 would be. It's hilarious that you can get lighter and full frame. So that's cool. That's cool. We have that. But what if you were a man and you could carry heavy things and you didn't care? And it hurts on paper to know that your Panasonic GH7 is heavier than most full-frame cameras, but if you just ignore it and you ignore whatever low-light cripplings, you have the most stable image with a lot of professional features and Leica glass, which is not real Leica glass, but it might be good enough. In fact, the other day, I say like if I was in L mount, there's one lens that I could get. It's the cheapest Leica. It's the 50mm Tony 2. Probably not the greatest, but it's got to have some pop. It's Leica in there. Come on, you spend it. And then I got a comment saying, you know that's just the 50mm 1.8. It's the same exact lens inside. And I'm like, no, it's just 1.8. It's a Panasonic crap, no pop in the thing. You're talking about Leica pop over here. And so I'm looking up the diagrams and I'm like, is that possible? So I see the Panasonic lens has one ED element and I'm like, there it is. The Leica doesn't have that. But then I looked up the formula. It's the same ass shit. Leica just doesn't tell you about the ED glass in there. So it's actually the same lens, and it's potentially a real reality that we live in, that Panasonic knows how to make PC glass. Just speak English for once. They make 3D popping lenses, and I'm a hater for no reason. All I know is I'm a gullible fool and I'll believe anything. And so when I see like, oh, Leica has this special look, I'm like, wow, Leica glass, bro, imagine that. Meanwhile, like Panasonic's like, we gave them the design. Like, what are you talking about? We know how. Like, I love the Leica 25mm 1.4, glorious lens. Could barely see a difference between their 25mm 1.7 Panasonic ghetto budget lens. Probably pop out the yin yang. So it's like, Panasonic has some stuff. Like, I could have, and I might in the future, instead of the Fuji for wildlife with that 500mm prime, why wouldn't I go GH7 with the 100-400? It would be glorious, it'd be more stable and funner to use probably. But then like, the one problem you have, which no one foresaw, was the glowing red face. I'm not a fan. I mean, this might look like shit. We should abandon this immediately. Abandoned. We're in 6K red raw, of course. It's 2 cameras in one. Some would say 4. I just made a video about it. You should have watched it. So Panasonic has a strange thing where it's a glowing red face. Why am I the only one talking about it? I don't know. People keep saying, what are you talking about? Everything I see. I just watched a Blackmagic updated autofocus comparison. I was like, he was comparing it to the S1 II, and I was like, look how glowing red the Panasonic is. Like, why does it look like that? That's a professional DP. He knows how to grade footage. Why does it look like that? Stop showing us this. So Panasonic has a weird thing where you glow red and you're an alien, you're from Venus, and that's not even a planet. We know the Earth is flat. I mean, don't get me wrong, I butcher skin tones on every camera, even the best stuff. This is red raw and I make it look like this somehow. I don't know, we're at the lowest ISO 200 just as an experiment. Worst dynamic range, but I'm doing it. So could Panasonic make some improvements that would get us back to Micro Four Thirds? It's just, they could, but when you compare them, most people would be happier with a lighter, cheaper full frame image. Like, why wouldn't you buy the ZR, the Z6 III, the Z5 II? Kind of debunks the GH7 in a lot of ways, except the fun video features they have. There's a lot to love. It's like 4K 120 oversampled, HD 300 frames per second. You could do worse. They got 5K 60, something like that. Sharp, fun to use. Best stave in the business. No one's ever catching up to them. There's a lot to love in the Leica glass, but no one cares. For some reason, there's an image that surrounds Panasonic as this underdog and no one's switching. They went full frame and not a lot of people switched. The odd fringe YouTuber did it. Okay, wow, the 12 people online, like, I'm shooting Panasonic. Good night, Sony. You need a nappy, need a blanket. Sony's doing well without your bullshit weddings. Like, no one cares. You're out of focus Panasonic footage. Good for you. Your color science is like grass eating tomatoes. But it is quite obvious that they've slowed down the Micro Four Thirds innovation and release schedules. It's mostly they're focusing on full frame. And we wondered, as soon as they announced they were going full frame, what did that mean for Micro Four Thirds? It meant exactly what we thought. Half the company left, if not 4/3 of the companies, and they went away to the next building over, and there's free lunch over there. And they worked hard. They worked real hard, and no one's left. But they seem to have abandoned what would give them the biggest advantage, which would be tiny cameras. But really, is that even good? Sometimes, like, you can only go so small to where it's like actually a hindrance, and you're like pinching shit, and there's buttons that you can't twist anything. That's like, this is literally too small now. Like, I had the Sony HX99, it's a point and shoot for wildlife, has like over 720mm, and I was like, this is really annoying to use. Like, it's so small. Like, that's cool that you have such reach in a small body, but there's diminishing returns, and that might be where Panasonic lives. It's like, okay, you made it small, but it's too small. So like, what's the sweet spot? And what the hell are you doing with 25 megapixels in a Micro Four Thirds sensor? Isn't that equivalent to like 100 megapixels full frame, something like that? Quote me on that math. It's too much. And it's really annoying. Like Fuji's coming out with 180 megapixels soon. It's like, God, I was waiting for them to do some low megapixel DGO magic medium format, and it's never going to happen. We're just getting further away, and then they're going to cut that in fourths for the APS-C, and it's going to be 45 megapixels. God, where's my 10? 10 is too much. Give me 8. 8 megapixel, glory heaven. You could be doing that. You did it once in the GH5S, and it's just the strangest decision to leave out your IBIS in that camera. For professionals, I need a gimbal. I hope you double shift your mom's ass. So what is the future of Panasonic? Are they going to continue? Is there going to be a GH8? I want to believe it. I honestly think they are right now working on a smaller camera because we've been asking for it. It's going to be like a G9 II and a smaller body. That's coming any second now. Is it going to go viral? Like, will anyone care? I doubt a lot of people will. If it's really good and you did something better than the G9 II, then okay, you might have me. You might have me right in there. But if it's just like this awkward thing and there's no viewfinder and you crippled a lot of shit and it's just a G9 II, then okay, that's not really innovation. But like, that's coming. Something like that's coming. Will we see like something I want, low megapixel? Probably not. Probably not. They're gonna keep that sensor rolling for a while. I'm not seeing a lot of releases. Like Olympus actually released a couple things, like lenses. They might almost go to work sometime. That Olympus rat, he runs around, he gathers stuff. They're actually working, like not a lot. I'm not seeing any cameras coming, but Micro Four Thirds in general, it's very slow. In an already slow industry, you're easily forgotten, and we're spec Nazis, and we just latch on. We want like to have the best specs even though we don't need them, and Micro Four Thirds is never going to win that race, even though they should, because it's a smaller sensor. They have advantages, but they're not taking advantage of their advantage. So the reality is Panasonic went full frame, focused more on that than Micro Four Thirds, so it's an afterthought second cousin now. And Olympus sold off to OM System, and they're kind of in business, but not overly. It's not looking great right now, especially because Nikon, Sony, and Canon are like up there laughing, and they're innovating, and most people know them, and they've caught up. Panasonic started off the mirrorless industry, but like no one cares or remembers now. It's over. It's kind of over, but it's going to be a long, drawn out thing that's over in 20 years. So it's like, that's cool. You have time. And it's not like your gear's going to stop working. It's not the apocalypse. Oh no, everything's zeros. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. It's not the year 2000. That's coming soon. Why am I filming in 6K RAW? The file sizes, why do I forget that happened? Oh, why did I switch? My life would have been so simple in the H.265 8-bit technology. God. So do you think Micro Four Thirds is dead? Not clickbaity style, but like sick. They're sick. And they're hurt. Will they recover? I don't know. Who's going to feed them? Will you nurse them back to your health with your money? Did I say your health? My brain, just leave. 6K RAW is not needed. Never use it again. You soften it anyway. You didn't need the resolution. It's too sharp. I'll be going now. Thank you for the Bitcoin donations. Appreciated much. Yes. And side rant about the giveaway. I promised one of you jabrones the Chiote lens set. And I got a couple people saying like, I'll take it, bro. I'm like, okay, what do you shoot? And it's like, I have a Fuji, but I was thinking of getting into Canon. You're a jabron. You don't even have Canon. No one had a Canon camera. You're all lying to yourselves. One guy from the States offered something. I was like, God. And then I got an offer for someone to buy it. And I was like, that's easier. So what we're going to do is take that money and put it into you, which is you're now going Canada only. Read the pinned comment to see if the contest is over, because it's probably already over. email vegetablepolice@gmail.com. Canadian Amazon warehouse used. Something like under 800-ish, because I'm splitting this giveaway with my Vegetable Police audience. Stop it. So pick something you want that would be fun for you. So you're picking something. For video, I didn't have a stroke. No photo taking bullshit. $800 limit. Tell me why you want it and how it will make your life better. If you're a millionaire, go fuck yourself. You want to be a scrub here and you need this for your YouTube channel, obviously. And we're giving stuff away. Sorry, I took it back. I saw the deal and I was like, I want the money instead. And I will choose who to buy what. That's not a sentence. How many strokes is that? Just leave. It's red raw. Oh my God, I ranted too long. Subscribe for more.